I took his. This fellow here didn't take his. The stranger didn't. And the man who dealt the cards said, go ahead, take your cards. And the fellow said, sir, I have no hands. Oh, said the man, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I did not know you had no hands. I'm sorry. And so he said, we'll go ahead and play. And the fellow who said he had no hands reached in his pocket and took his handkerchief or something, wiped his brow, and exposed a hand. And the fellow said to him, you lied to me! You told me you had no hands. And the fellow began to weep, and he said, sir, I have no hands. He said, these two that you see are not mine. They belong to Jesus. And I cannot play the cards or gamble because I have no hands. The truth is, I would like to, but I have no hands. And I have no hands. He has them. And I have no eyes. He has them. And I have no ears. He has them. And I have no tongue. It belongs to him. And if I use this tongue for anything other than to do his will, I profane the body or the temple of the house of God. If I were to take these eyes and feast these eyes upon that which is unholy, if I were to look at some filthy picture or some nude picture, I would be profaning that which is holy because these eyes belong to him. If I were to hear rock music, I'd be profaning the house of God because these ears belong to him. If I take these feet and go in paths I should not go, then I'm profaning God's house. Oh, if there ever was a day when God's people need to say, as I've said so often, we ought to say, dear God, everything I have is yours. All I have belongs to you. I'm not going to hold back anything. All to Jesus I surrender. All to him. I'm not going to take my pants off. I freely give. I will ever love and trust him in his presence daily live. Everything ought to be given to him. And say, oh God, I'm yours. I'm yours. I'm yours. God's been mighty good to us. Mighty good to us. I sat down to eat. Anybody that around the country that's ever asked me to eat with me around the country knows it's true. I sat down in a restaurant to eat. Before I pick up the knife and fork, I think of those poor, dear people in Cambodia starving to death. And I think of those hostages who must feel like they're forgotten in Iran. Look at me, folks. We sit here tonight in America. We do not have to fear for our lives because we're behind some filthy iron curtain in Russia. We don't have to worry. We're American. I look around this crowd tonight, and I can't help but think Sunday after Sunday when I see it. I can't help but think of this preacher. Poor, reared in a low two-room, well, lived in one-room or two-room shacks or fit in apartments in the ghetto. Wood stove to cook on, to heat with. Outhouse in the backyard. Dipper to drink from. A well to draw the water from. Linoleum floors, we were very fortunate. Hand-me-down clothes. Little run of a fella. Saw my daddy leave home. Mother and I grew up together. When I stop and think, I preach to this great crowd every week. I don't know what you're going to do. You want to go ahead and keep it? It's mine! It's mine! I'll keep it! It's mine! Go ahead, but not me, buddy. I want to say, Jesus, it's all yours. It's all yours. These hands are not much. Got a knot right there on that one. I can't wear a ring on this one because it causes a knot to go up right there and get fever in it. His face is not much, and keep your big mouth shut over here. My hair is not really the prettiest head of hair in the world. But I do know karate. I'd like to see you fellows after the service in the alley, please. I was thinking the other day, I'm 53. Yesterday I was a kid preacher. I'm 53. Kids are all grown. And I'm not the specimen of a man I used to be. Used to be in the paratroopers. Old voice is raspy. Got that esophagus trouble. Sometimes, in fact, all week I prayed, God, take care of my voice during pastor school just another time. Give me a good voice this week. I got the old throat clearing that you've heard me do across the country, and it's embarrassing. And I'm not the strongest person in the world, but I'm His. All to Jesus I surrender. All to Him I freely give. I will ever love and trust Him in His presence